Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you a very unique perspective, which I don't think you read in any books or people talk about. Okay, if you know, on my channel, I always like to share real life, real stuff, not only achieving billions and millions and beautiful girls and cars and success and all that. I like to talk about day-to-day things, which many of us sometimes take for granted. Okay, so this is one such perspective. And to give you a clue what it is, my wife and my baby, they have gone to their village that is nearly 800,000 kilometers from here. And I will be alone staying in this villa for the next couple of weeks. I'll be totally alone, quite a number of weeks. Okay, so she has gone for an extended duration this time because her grandmother's died. So her mother, who lost her husband, and now she lost her mother, who she was very close to. So emotional support. So I'm going to be alone. I'm going to share with you a couple of things that will really make you think. Okay. So watch this video and let me know your thoughts. If you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman. And people also book my services for coaching and consulting, whether it is professional services, professional, questions about career or marriage or love or personality or toxic relationships. I have more than 7,000 videos. You can check my perspective on each one. Okay. So coming to the video, last time when my wife went for a holiday, those videos are there. Not holiday. Her father died suddenly. She had to immediately leave. There was no time to do anything. She left immediately as soon as she came to know father died. And I made multiple videos on that, how unpredictable life is, because we had planned to leave together after 2 weeks. And we just had a video conversation with him just the night before. Next day, he's dead. Perfectly healthy guy, hardly in his 50s, and he died. So my wife just left suddenly. And, after my wife left and my baby left, normally I'm in this room. This is my world. So I went out, which I normally do, but the only difference being is this time I was alone in the house, so I was looking at each and everything. I was looking at the cupboard. I was looking at, okay, books are kept here. And to my shock and horror, yeah, you can see those videos which I put 2 years ago. The house was so dirty, so dirty, so messed up, I was shocked beyond words. Like there was food stuff, for example, food stuff kept behind books, which was like a year or 2 years old. There were things that we were searching for, which we never found, which were kept in one corner. There was behind the cupboard, there were things that were broken that were just shoved together. There were clothes. It was a shocker for me because I'm very particular. Maybe I have obsessive compulsive disorder, like this behavior where I like to keep things proper. What do you call that? OCD? Compulsive disorder. Yeah. But I like to keep things clean and proper. You'll not believe first I started to clean, but when I would clean something, some dust would fall. Then I clean something else. Finally, I got so mad, so angry, so frustrated because I used to always think my wife is cleaning the house. I didn't know that she was Like cleaning only what I can see and then just shoving everything and for later. It took me, I'm not exaggerating on this. I pulled out everything from every corner of I just pulled things out because I was so fed up. Made it a mountain. It was like, if my height is here, it was up to the ceiling. I just dumped everything. It took me close to a month, 1 month to clean, just cleaning 1 month. Every single thing that was broken, like for example, a broken clock kept somewhere, broken tone book kept somewhere, chewing gum, chocolate, food items, kept for 2, 3 years, just rotting away, or everything I cleaned. There were like areas where if you would keep something, lizard droppings and insects and this and that, and there was so much of dust and old clothes which she has never used, she is just dumping there. This took me 1 month. 1 month, every single day, I would dedicate 6 hours, 8 hours. I scrubbed everything, made it brand new. I was so pissed off with my wife. I'm not joking, when I tell you this. I told her I wanted to divorce her. Seriously, I wanted to fucking divorce her. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Just imagine 2, 3 years, food stuff kept. You're that dirty. Come on, man. Okay. So seriously, I was going to divorce my wife. We were, I was shouting and abusing her every single night because that much dirt I could get every day. Anyway, after that, my wife and I always had the thing that next time she goes for a holiday or she goes anywhere, she was always like, "Are you going to shout at me? Are you going to scream at me? Are you going to tell me we'll break up?" And I said, "No, this time I'm mentally prepared. Last time I wasn't. It was a shock for me. This time I will be prepared." So when her grandmother died, um, she had an option to book the ticket immediately. She said, "No, I'll do it after a 1 day gap." Okay. She found out in the morning. She told me she'll not go the next day. She'll go the day after. Okay. So I said, "You sure?" I said, "Don't need to worry about the house clean." No, 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 nothing doing. I'll clean the house. I said, "Fine." So on the day of the cleaning, I let her do. And I'll tell you, I know my wife does clean the house, but the way she cleaned the house the last, like nearly 48 hours, close to 48 hours, from morning 8 o'clock all the way to 8 or 9 in the night, non-stop, she was cleaning because she didn't want to get shoutings and screaming. She didn't forget how bad it was. Okay. So she cleaned her room and made sure everything is packed and, whatever. So she left. Now, after she left, now this is the second day that I'm alone. And I can't help it. But once I get out, I start with one area. And if I look at one area, it has to be complete. Like even, for example, the wash basin where the dishes are. I don't just wash the dishes and that's it. If I wash the dishes, I check, is the tap clean? Is the side area clean? Is the sink clean? Is there fungus growing anywhere? Is there dark corners anywhere? What if I put bleach and scrub the whole thing? I want it to be like brand new. Brand new. Even the sink area. Like even when water is draining, does it go out nicely or does it take time to go, or does it smell when it's going? So I put boiling hot water and that's baking soda, whatever you call it, with the vinegar, and everything has to be. And if something is rusted, I'll replace it and put brand new. So I've started to do the cleaning, and boy, oh boy. Oh, I told my wife, I just spoke to her this morning. I told her, I'm glad you're not at home because I'm going to start cleaning. And I just started the wash basin area. You'll be shocked to know I found out items that I got for her 2 years ago, spoons and metal spoons and all that. She had dumped in one area of the kitchen, like we have the like stacks, no, where you can keep. And it was kept, like for example, you have a cup. I don't have any example here. You have a cup. there was like dirty water, and the spoons and all that, which were brand new in a packet, were kept like this, and it was just kept in one corner, and it was completely rusted. And I removed, as I removing everything, removing, you get it at one corner. Finally, there was plastic. I removed all of it, and then I was like, fucking hell, man. 2 years ago, I bought this, and she just dumped it there. Uh, there was a nicely mummified lizard. There were rusted knives kept in some corners. There were chopsticks, this just dumped in some this thing. When I opened a cupboard, and you go deep inside, and so I was like, okay, again. And my wife has this tendency where if there's, for example, there's an empty jar, I'll use this jar for later. So there were stacks of empty jars, bottled jars, some which were not washed. So they were just, so it's like, hoarding, no, where people store. For me, what I've decided is all this I'm just going to take out and throw. Seriously, throw. Just give it to some poor person. I've already done it with like, for example, when my baby was small, she was a small girl. Because she used to walk everywhere, I put metal door hinges, like like guard rails, metal, and some places I'd fix. But my baby has a habit of holding it and thinking it's a toy, so it broke off from the cement wall, and we tried to fix it, but she was doing it again. So those were kept in one place, and they were completely rusted. I took all of them, heavy stuff, very heavy stuff, because it's like a door to prevent from going to one room to another. So there were 4 of them, which are heavily rusted, and they were kept in one corner, covered with a black plastic. Removed that. And my wife said, we'll fix it one day. And, I totally forget when I'm doing work. Nothing doing. I went down, called my neighbor, who loves to collect scrap, Thai neighbor, not very rich, and make some money. I said, take all this. I just give it off. I didn't bother. So I'm not asking my wife anything. I'm taking out everything. And over the next, I think, 1 month, at least 60%, 60, I'm either going to throw out, or I'm going to give it to the poor, or I don't think I'm going to sell it. I'll just throw out or give it to the poor, or, make it less. So what am I trying to share with you through this video? I can assure you, I can challenge you, open challenge. If you were to go to your room and remove everything from a cupboard, including the cupboard, if you remove, you will find a lot of stuff either you're not using, or it's dirty, or there's dust, or you'll find stuff that you'll be shocked and horrified. And through the deep house cleaning that I do, I can assure you this. I know for a fact I'm going to find a lot of things that are going to shock me. Lots of things. So the first time it happened, it was so shocking, so disgusting, so dirty that I wanted to divorce my wife. In fact, I told my wife, when I spoke to her, I didn't tell her, miss you, nothing. I said, I'm glad you're not at home. I'm really happy. It's totally quiet. There's no noise, nothing. And I can sort out the place the way I want it. And I don't need to ask you whether I want to store or not store. I will just throw everything out and keep only what is required. Maybe it'll be a loss, but it's like, a simple example, the cups that we drink coffee. Now, one person, how many cups does he need? 1, 2, 3. Like, for example, for my daughter, I found out there are 36 cups. And she uses only 3, and the rest, they were just kept in different areas of the kitchen. And some of them were dirty, and some of them never washed, never cleaned. And like, what the hell is this? And like, glass to drink water. I think my wife uses only 1 or 2, which I've seen. I found, I think, 14 or 15 of them lying in different areas. And I'm like, And each one is a different shape. Imagine plates, different shapes, bowls, different shapes. What are we doing? Even frying pans, which are rusted with, not rusted like with grease and oil, and you're not using, but pots and pans are just lying down there, even though shaky and broken. Why? Like, instead of having 40 of them, why don't you have 7 or 8 of them which you use? Like, I'm pretty sure even my fridge, there's a lot of stuff. You would not believe this actually happened when my wife was there. Pomegranate. Okay. I purchased around, because I used to love eating pomegranates, I purchased, I think, 5-6 kilos of them. And, I'm busy at work. I always ask get me any fruit. I'll just say fruit. And, every month we buy new one. One day, out of the blue, I just decided to check my freezer, the fridge. And when I check there, I normally don't go there. My wife goes there. I just remove whatever. And there were a lot of plastics and a lot of vegetables. So when I started removing one, and out of curiosity, I was like, okay, what is behind this? And I removed that plastic. There I found a pomegranate. And there I realized this is, I think, 4 months old. And it was like not fresh. It was slightly soft. Like, wait, one. Then when I started digging, I started removing everything from the fridge. I found more than, I think, 2 kilos worth of pomegranate in different, all shrunk, all dried up, some rotten, completely rotten. And I was fuming. I was so. Now, this is not to hate on my wife, but the problem is sometimes, see, you can't get a perfect partner. Let me tell you this much. This is not me throwing my partner under the bus. Her character is impeccable. She is a very beautiful hearted person. She is very loyal. She has access to my entire bank accounts and she'll not take a single penny. So there are some things about her which I would not change for anything in the world. She does not chat with anyone. She doesn't talk to anyone. She is 100% trustworthy. But the other side, the imperfections, they drive me mad. Oh, they drive me mad. Like, imagine finding food stuff which is 6 months old in your various locations. Why? Because she was just dumping and she's busy with the baby. So anyway, the point I'm trying to tell you is through this whole video is I'm going to be alone for next couple of weeks and I'm going to use, apart from my work and my clients and everything else, I'm going to remove each and everything from each and every corner. Seriously, for example, I go into a room. If there is 3 cupboards, I'll remove everything from the cupboards and I'll remove the cupboards itself and make sure that not only the cupboards, the skeleton system is cleaned and proper. Where the cupboard was placed, that is clean and proper. If required a paint job, and if the cupboard is old, I'll bloody throw it out, get a brand new one, and I'll check the clothes, which clothes are being used, not used, and which are not being used or never been used, put it in a plastic bag and wait for her. And I'll tell her, either you use this now or throw it out. If you have not used anything for 8 months, 6 months, throw it out. We don't need it. Why do we store things? I remember my mother and father storing things like glass and towels and bed sheets and pillows and shoes and all that. Like, when I'd ask my mother, "Oh, when did dad last use this, stepdad or whatever, I just call him dad. Yeah, I used it on his wedding. When was the wedding? 20 years ago. Does he wear it now? No. People just keep it, shoes, socks and all that. But if you ask them, does it fit you? It doesn't fit you. Then why are you keeping it, man? Anyway, spring cleaning is due. That's what I'm going to do. And this video, the message that I want to give you is try doing what I'm doing. And if your partner, you can send them for a holiday and then do it by yourself, like me, that's the greatest gift you'll have. And trust me when I say this, you're going to find stuff you'd never believe. You're like, I don't believe this. I thought this was not there. I already found one item which was 4 years old, not used. completely with dust and tar and sticky. Not used, brand new, like a kitchen item. Never used. I bought it for her to use. I don't know where it went. I just found it. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Pots, pans, clothes, plastic items, gifts, towels, whatever. I'm going to get rid of 60% and throw it all out and keep the house less, because hoarding is a sickness. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And please, this is not me bashing my wife or anything. My wife's character, uh, she's an incredible human being. My wife has access to millions. She doesn't spend a single penny. My wife has access to all my passwords, all my Facebook accounts, everything. Doesn't check. I have access to all her social media. She never sends a single thing. She is as loyal, faithful, obedient, whatever you want to call it, that I can blindly close my eyes and I know that she'll not do a thing. Even if I was like paralyzed, she would still have the courtesy to ask me. So that way, my wife, she's at, I respect her this much. If I'm here, this is how much I respect. But like I said, she is not perfect. And where her imperfections are, anyway, I prefer her exactly the way she is. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This means signing off. And yeah, tell me, do you think you're going to do the same thing? House cleaning, anti-hoarding, less hoarding, and giving space for new things. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And yeah, if you don't believe what I said about what happened when she went for a holiday, I spent 8 to 12 hours cleaning the whole house for nearly a month. 1 month of cleaning, that dirty it was. Anyway, this means signing off. You guys take care.